One of the biggest challenges in crop nutrition is knowing what nutrients are tied up in the residue and when those nutrients are going to be plant available for the next year's crop. In this video, I'm going to quickly explain a trial I conducted this winter that's going to help answer some of those questions, along with using a product that will help with that residue degradation. So we know that the bigger crop that we produce, the more residue, the more trash we're going to have out there in the field. In that trash is a lot of nutrients. For example, a 220 bushel corn crop is going to have 94 pounds of nitrogen, 22 pounds of phosphorus, 187 pounds of potassium, and 16 pounds of sulfur. That is a lot of nutrients that's tied up specifically in the residue. I'll put a link in the description below to the resource I used to calculate those figures. It was a resource from University of Nebraska. Side note, that's obviously a lot of potassium that's held up in the residue, and the main way the potassium goes from the residue and into soil solution is through diffusion, and we need water for that to happen. So I like to wait for adequate soil moisture before we start probing for P and K, because if we probe in a dry fall, the lab's going to say that the K levels are low, when in all reality there is more K out there. So with all those nutrients that's tied up in the residue, when are those nutrients going to be available in the spring? So I chose 5 different locations, 5 different customers, 5 different management practices for the most part, as far as cover crops, no-till, minimal till. I chose 5 different locations, 2 zones per location, and I sent these soil samples to Next Level Ag in South Dakota, and they ran an indicator complete soil test. So what this soil test is going to tell us is it's going to give us the usual what is plant available, along with using a Haney extract to tell us what is not yet plant available. The not yet plant available nutrients are in the organic form, and we need microbes to convert it from the organic form into inorganic nutrients to be plant available. For this video, one value I want to highlight specifically is water extractable organic carbon, or WEOC for short. Simply put, what this score is, it's the soluble carbon in the soil that is the direct food source for the microbes to do their job at breaking down organic nutrients to inorganic nutrients. So the higher WEOC scores we have, the more food we have for the microbes to be more efficient. So one thing I'm looking at in this trial is I'm going to look at fall WEOC scores and compare them to the spring WEOC scores. If we have a big difference, then that will tell us a little bit more about how active that soil is. So in addition to looking at those 2 variables, I'm also going to look at a treated and untreated section in this trial with using a product that we carry from BW Fusion called Meltdown. Now what Meltdown does is it's going to increase the WEOC of the soil to give more food source to the microbes, so the microbes can be more efficient. So what's in this product is some microbes, some fulvic acid, and just a little bit of nitrogen. So in theory, our spring applied soil tests are going to have a higher WEOC score and a healthier population of microbes to then get us the nutrients that's in the residue for next year's crop. So this product is applied in the fall. It can be applied in the spring, but we applied it this fall all on corn stalks at 32 ounces to the acre. So one reason I really like BW Fusion is the amount of education they are putting out for the grower and for the dealer. I'll put a link in the description below to a playlist of their agronomists breaking down these indicator complete soil tests along with their product specifically. You know, we look at this biological space as an industry, it's kind of the Wild West, and I think they're doing a good job being transparent with their products and being able to back them up through various testing through the growing season. There's some big claims being made in this biological space, and I think the more transparency we have, the better. So coming up in 2023, I'm going to be really ramping up different side-by-side trials to just kind of weed through some of the marketing mess, I think, and to help learn more about what these microbes can do for our crop. I got an agronomy degree from one of the best agronomy universities in the world. I can tell you that as an industry, we really understand soil from a soil chemistry standpoint at a high level, along with all of the physical attributes of soil at a really high level. This biological space is pretty uncharted territory for most, and that's why I'm really looking forward to, in 2023, really testing out what these microbes and what these different products can do for the crop. So thanks for watching. Come back and check out some of the other trials we're gonna be doing as I release more videos, and I will see you in the next one.